He reached out to me because they have an existing modified bitumen roof that was leaking in several places. And then they wanted to change the skylight, which you'll see later in the pictures. And then this is a unique project. It's a residential with a flat roof, but it also has a mansard, which is typically, those three things are typically commercial. The project in and of itself, we had to start with the modified bitumen, the flat portion of the roof. We did a layover because there's only one roof system up there now. A 60 mil TPO roof on the entire surface. This project is also unique because it actually has 4 different levels of flat roof. And we completely redid the roof, laid down the poly, did what's called a fully adhere TPO installation, which means that basically every square inch of this membrane is glued down to the ISO that's screwed into the decking, the substrate. Then they left the edges of the TPO unfinished, tore off what was existing on the mansard prior, was what's called a cedar shake. And so we tore all of that cedar shake off. We redecked the entire mansard area, and then we went back on with MTS Polystick, which is a high temperature ice and water shield. And the reason that we chose to do that, I'm a firm believer that anytime that you do a metal roof, you put a high temperature ice and water shield, just because of the heat here in Texas. It can get extremely hot, and any substrate that's not a high temperature ice and water shield, any substrate can melt. And then we began installing the starter strip for this. It's called Diamond Steel. It's a product that's basically a 15 by 15 square piece of metal. A piece interlocks. So the crazy Texas winds that we get, it helps. It has like 130 mile an hour wind rating on it. Every piece, all that interlocks together. It's a 26 gauge metal, but it's a class 4 roof. So damage, then the insurance, any insurance that's involved with this would have to be fully covered as a class 4 product.